Sounding selfish in a job interview may not seem so obvious. You might be telling yourself, don't worry, I'll be careful. I'm sure I won't come off as selfish. Although I'm sure you won't ask such questions as, how much more money can I make in this job? There are other very subtle ways candidates come off as selfish, specifically around asking questions about the unknown future. I used to make this mistake too. When I was interviewing for contract positions, I asked very common but selfish questions. Will this position eventually become a full-time role? These questions may not disqualify your candidacy, but it's certainly a negative mark in the eyes of the hiring manager. Golden rule: the hiring manager only cares about the problem this role solves. It's all they have at this point. Any questions about your personal growth is a distant concern, at least until you get the job offer. But I get it, it's still important that you know what you're getting into. After all, it's what you want, your career growth, an important consideration. Catch-22. Questions about career growth are important, but it may come off as selfish in the eyes and ears of the hiring manager. Fortunately, there are specific questions you can ask about career growth that won't result in a negative mark against you. Use them wisely at the end of the interview when you're given the opportunity to ask questions. The basic idea is to keep the questions focused on the present and the past and use those as clues to what the future can bring. Question number 1. How has this position changed over the years? This is a question for the hiring manager, as he or she will have experience required to know how this position evolved. You're looking for cues that indicate the role has acquired more responsibility and perhaps even taken on a couple of projects. This shows it's a valued position in the department and it's constantly being adapted to the business needs and new additional work. Great for your career, and it helps the hiring manager gain perspective on how far they've come as a manager in this role. Nice work. Question number 2. What personal development opportunities do you offer? Ooh, careful here. Notice how the words are specifically chosen to mimic HR's words. Instead of asking, how can I grow in this company, you rephrase it with personal development. Sneaky but clever. Hiring managers value employees who take personal development seriously. In most corporate organizations, HR may mandate personal development as a team objective. You get to learn about the training programs, development opportunities offered by the organization. And the hiring manager knows you're all about continuous service improvement. Nicely done. Question number 3. What are the common challenges faced in this position? This is a safe question, yet it can be used to discover career growth opportunities as well. By asking about challenges, it demonstrates you're proactively looking to hit the ground running and prepare for performing well in this role. It also presents opportunities for you to take initiative and be innovative in building solutions to these challenges, perhaps through automation. Just be careful not to offer personal suggestions during the interview, unless you're humbly asked permission to do so. You don't want to come off as a know-it-all at this stage or any stage of the interview. Your move. Arm yourself with these questions for your next interview. Or even better, come up with a couple of your own. Remember, it's about focusing on the present or the past of this role, while using it to discover its future for your career. You might be thinking, what if I'm asked a common question? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? In this instance, the hiring manager has voluntarily asked you a future-paced question. Personally, at the surface, I think this is a pointless question because nobody can predict what can happen in the next 5 years. However, I believe the hiring manager knows this too. They are asking this question to assess how well you know yourself and your commitment to staying with the organization. If you have already talked about the challenges and evolution of this role, talk about projects that you'd want to take on that will move the department and the team forward. If you found this useful and you'd like to learn more, join us for our free upcoming workshop on May 25th. Click on the link below to register. Thank you.